Hey folks, this is Kalani. Welcome back to Guild Wars 2, and we're going to be having a little look at some of the PvP changes. Now this is structured PvP, bear that in mind, and we're in Heart of the Mists. Now you'll need to go into Heart of the Mists, and you can see from the get-go, you've got a nice little menu at the top. So one of the biggest changes is you'll no longer have to go to a vendor, buy all your gear, buy all your runes and sigils separately, your amulets, all that jazz. You won't have to do any of that because you click on PvP build. Now in PvP build you can change your weapon, you can change your sigils, you can change your runes and even your stats. So you're using the exact same gear set, your looks, your gear from PvE, meaning that it's all tied in now. So if you want to change it, you'll have to change it through the wardrobe system. So say I don't want these shoulders, in fact I want these shoulders for my PvP, or you know what, I don't really want to be using this head, I'll swap over to a nice little fluffy bear hat for PvP. This will change for PvP, but that's also changed in PvE, so if you want it different you'll have to swap it each time you leave PvP. So the interface is incredibly simple, you literally just swap things over. If you need an offhand, you throw that in there as well, and it really couldn't be more simple. When it gets interesting is to do with sigils. So main hand and offhand, with a two-hander it's simply the two sigils, and you've got a nice long list. Now it'll tell you can't have multiple sigils, so you know, I can't have a sigil of accuracy on both my offhand and my main hand. I can't have agony on main hand and offhand. So it's really nice that it won't let you do the duplicates, it won't let you break the rules essentially. So you can happily swap these runes about, and it's as simple as that. No double clicking, no making sure you've got it, no overwriting. You literally just swap to whatever you want. Easy as that. Runes are a little disappointing because when you swap a rune you have to use 6 runes. You can't go 2 and 4, you can't go 5 and 1. You have to use a full set of runes now, which is a little disappointing. I mean, it drastically reduces the possibilities of what you can actually do, which, I don't know, it depends on what you think of that. I think that's a bit disappointing personally, but at least the system is in place, which is really cool. And then obviously you've got your amulet, so we'll go with Berserker because I love my Berserker. But you can see all your stat changes there as well, which is really, really nice. And then over on the left hand side you've got your traits. So pretty much the exact same thing as what we've been seeing in PvP, except it's a bit smaller and obviously it has all the updated trait changes. So you've only got the 14 traits, happily throw them in anywhere, and you can happily reset. Exactly the same as how this is working in PvE, which is really cool. But that's how you can set up your PvP build. Bear in mind that if you want to swap your skins and run around in something a little flashier for PvP, you will need to do that through the wardrobe system. So apart from the UI changes, we've got a few other changes as well. Now if you look on the map, you may notice that the water testing area is gone. That's because water or underwater fighting in structured PvP has been completely removed. You can see that on your PvP build, is that you don't have an option for an underwater weapon. So that's completely gone, which is kind of interesting. I mean, that kind of says to me that ArenaNet have seen underwater combat as something which is either not fun in structured PvP or just not fun in general. So they've removed it from rotation, which means that any map with underwater combat you won't be able to play right now. I'm assuming they'll re-release them without the underwater combat, but that might actually be pretty difficult. I don't know, we'll have to see how that goes. Now as for ranks, it's now changed quite considerably from... It's basically been reduced. So what I'm talking about is the completion, inverted commas, of structured PvP, and that is getting to rank 80. That will get you the dragon rank. That was up at 8.9 million structured PvP experience, essentially. And that's been reduced to 1.1 million, which is, as you can see, quite considerable. Now, when you get to 80, you get special rewards, but that's not the end, because you can go through it all again, get another 1.1 million experience, effectively get to level 80, or rank 80 again, and you'll get different rewards, or another set of rewards, shall we say. So, one last thing to show you is reward tracks. Now, they are in the PvP statistics, whatever you want to call it, just press PvP. And they're the second one down, reward tracks. Now, this is kind of interesting. Whenever you structured PvP, you'll get progress towards your active, so the one at the top, your active track. And as you complete it, you get different rewards, all the way up to the special reward for the track. So, one that's worth noting is Balthazar Back Item Reward Track. When you complete this, you get the Balthazar backpack, which is really cool. There's actual rewards from doing this, and it seems as though the dungeon ones give you specific dungeon armor sets, which I would assume are tied to the the track which it's doing. So, for example, if I took Crichton Region track, I would get Kryta Weapon Skin Box to get the regional weapon box for Kryta. I could do the Balthazar to get the back piece, or I could activate Ara to do, get some Ara armor. Which is interesting. This is probably going to be the easiest way, depending on how long it takes, for you to get dungeon armor sets, for you to get new armor sets. It's ridiculous. And then you can go down onto filters and all, and you can see all the tracks which are either currently available or which you can unlock. Now you can unlock them by doing other tracks. So for example, Shiver Peak opens when I complete Kryta, or you can do the other dungeons which come on a rotation, so you can see temporarily available in 1 month and 3 weeks, or you can unlock it by completing the story mode. Now, seeing as I don't have any of these unlocked, I'm guessing you would need to redo the story mode, because I've done all of the story modes already. So that might take you to some dungeons, but I recommend you to give it a look-see yourself and have some fun in structured PvP. But that's it for PvP changes. Thanks for watching, folks. Good luck and have fun, and as always, I will see you next time.